Yo, people, it's your boy Spam back again. I told you I'll be back today at 7 o'clock, and I have kept my promise. I'm still bloody ill, so please, if you're watching this, all I ask is you slap a like on the video, support your boy. Basically, I just want to, obviously, before I get into the show itself, I just want to have a chat. If you're watching this on repeat as well, be sure to obviously slap a like, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in down below, that kind of thing. But listen, let's just be honest, my channel is basically it's not going in the right direction. A lot of that is down to the fact that I'm not posting consistently, and obviously people are asking me, what the hell have you been, why are you not posting? The honest truth is, well, there's a couple of reasons. The first reason being because of work commitments, and the second reason being basically I'm ill. Now, I'm joking. Well, I am ill at the moment, but I suppose the other reason would be I just lacking a bit of motivation, really. Obviously, I lost my lost my Twitter account again. Obviously, just a bit of a shit show, to be honest, with the Twitter accounts. If you haven't, feel free to follow my new Twitter page, which you can see on the screen, which is UsmanTU. Please do obviously follow me there to keep up to date with everything that is going on with the channel and just me in general life. But yeah, losing the Twitter account has basically cost me a lot of my viewership, to be quite honest with you. Like even right now, I do this live and I've got literally 0 viewers. All my views came from Twitter, because obviously a lot of the people that when I watch my content, they follow me on Twitter, they know when I'm live. Obviously, not many of you got the notification bells or that kind of thing. But yeah, it's not. I wouldn't use the word disheartening, because I don't think it's disheartening, to be honest. But it's one of them things that when you do a podcast, you want to see progression. You want to see, people coming back because they enjoy what you do. And I haven't seen that for whatever reason. And on top of that, with the, with my Twitter account going once again, obviously the viewership has dropped and that kind of thing. So again, I'm just building it back up, rebuilding the community, rebuilding my Twitter, rebuilding my YouTube channel. So I'm hoping to post as much as I possibly can. Obviously 2 to 3 times a week, inshallah, depending on the situation with work. But yeah, just do my bits. I'd appreciate if you can slap a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and do follow me on Twitter. Just want to build the community back up. Obviously, if you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the chat as well. Obviously, as it says in the pinned tweet, welcome to the channel. Basically, if you're new here, if it's the first time you're watching any of my content, basically I upload regularly in terms of Manchester United content. I also started to do a FIFA stream pretty much every other day. We've uploaded a lot more than I expected, to be honest, on the FIFA streams. But yeah, pro clubs, it's always a good time. Myself, my cousins, my friends, we're on the road to Division 1, so we do well on that as well. But as you can tell, I'm really ill, to be honest. And to be quite honest with you, I probably should be doing the stream, but I just thought I want to try and be as consistent as I possibly can. So I'm just doing my best, basically. Shout out to Kojo, thank you for always showing me love, my brother. Obviously, you do unbelievable stuff, and you deserve it, my guy. You deserve it. I love you. UFC. Come on, Kojo. Shame you not got PS4, because we could have done with you in the middle of the part. But yeah, listen, we're gonna get into it. Obviously, as you can see from the title, Ronaldo leaving in January, question mark. Is that that it was the biggest news yesterday, and in terms of today as well. I want to talk about the Maguire situation and the Donny van de Beek situation as well. A lot of speculation regarding Donny van de Beek leaving as well. Pardon me. Oh, God. And also with the Maguire situation. So we're going to start with the Maguire thing. First things first, right? I should have got water. I've had a bit of a mare there. I've not got water next to me, which, as you can tell, I've got a cough, so that wasn't a great idea. But yeah, shout out to the United way, as always. Sharing love in the chat and stuff. You love to see it. Please do slap a like on the video, as I've already said. But yeah, regarding the Maguire situation, if you haven't seen, there was a photo going around regarding Harry Maguire after Manchester United, or during the game even, when Man United were losing to Man City, and basically the photo was edited. I mean, for me personally, right, I didn't react to the photo when I first saw it out. I mean, someone basically edited a smiley face onto his face. I didn't react to it. I didn't like any of those tweets. I knew it was edited straight away. There's no way in God's given earth that Maguire, a Manchester United captain, would be sat there on the bench smiling like that with the scoreline being 6-1 or whatever the Photoshop suggested it was. I mean, I just didn't think that would be in his character, to be honest. And I didn't want to make that assumption without knowing the facts. And I think for me personally, as someone that has been extremely critical of Maguire as a footballer, I think this, there's a line that people are starting to cross now. And look, you can question someone's ability all you want, but why are people editing fake photos of Harry Maguire to portray him in a way that he isn't? I mean, for me, it's just absolutely pathetic. It's extremely toxic. It's extremely petty, and it's extremely immature, and it's not right at the end of the day because it's not factual information. And there's a lot of big accounts, taking that photo and basically plastering it all over social media and making it out as it's fact. And I think for me personally, that's just wrong, isn't it? At the end of the day, I mean, question is football and ability all you want, but we don't need to start be doing that, man. It's just getting ridiculous, man. At the end of the day, you're going through a difficult time. For me personally, like I said, I'm not his biggest fan, and I haven't been on this channel, as you guys will know, but was that necessary, man? Like, is that necessary to kick a man when he's down? It's easy likes, it's easy engagement. I just think it's a bit pathetic. The amount of thing that people do for clout these days, yeah, it's just ridiculous for me. I'm not a big fan of the Maguire situation with how that has been portrayed with that image. I think it's completely bang out of order. And whoever made it, you're absolutely pathetic, to be honest with you. And all the people that are posting it on their socials without context, and those people, they know that's probably fake, but they also know it's going to get them easy likes. They also know that it's going to get easy engagement on the socials. And I think that's all that people care about. People don't have any morals these days. And I just think it's getting out of hand. On the flip side, what I will say is Jamie Carragher coming out and saying that Maguire's getting bullied, yada, yada, yada. I don't agree with that either, to be honest. Both things can be right. It's not one or the other. Both things can be right. And I do think with the Jamie Carragher, he's getting a bit carried away as well. I mean, I've seen so many people quote tweet the same tweet that I tweeted. I didn't even see the other people's, but I have now. Jamie Carragher has been absolutely lambasting Xhaka, Pogba, Ronaldo, etc., for God knows how many years on his platform, i.e. Sky Sports, and for him to say that other people are bullying Maguire is an absolute cop-out because he's done far worse to Pogba. He's done far worse to Martinez. He's just got here. And he spent like a 20-minute segment on Sky Sports, national TV, talking about this guy's height. I mean, why is it that class is bullied then? You're talking about a guy's height, something that he can't physically change, and you're basically ridiculing for it. I just thought it was ridiculous. And on top of that, they sit next to Souness, Graham Souness, in the studio, who's absolutely killing Pogba every other week. And you've got Roy Keane, again, people that I love. Roy Keane offered De Gea for a fight when I can't remember, when was it? I feel like De Gea made a mistake and he said he'd punch him and he'd not let him back on the coach at home. Like, he could walk. So why is that class as bullying then? But you have got the cojones to stand up against Roy Keane, but obviously you want to play the big man now in front of, obviously, Sky Sports cameras. For me personally, I just don't agree with the Carragher situation. But as I said already, with the Maguire fault, I think that's absolutely pathetic. I don't want to see people do that as well. And that's not acceptable as well. So obviously both things can't be true. For me, the whole Maguire situation, it's just getting out of hand, to be quite honest with you. I just don't think there's any need for this. I just don't think there's any need for this to continue to blow out proportion. At the end of the day, he's a footballer. He's going to get criticised. I mean, I know it's easy for me to say, give me 200 grand a week and criticise me all day long. I'm not in his shoes and I understand all the factors, but he's a footballer. He's not the first footballer to be criticised. I mean, look at David Beckham when he got that red card for England. That guy got absolutely killed. And that's what you could have said that was bullying and abuse and stuff. But then, I mean, worse things have happened to other players, and I don't want to compare other people's, struggles and mishaps because everyone's different and everyone reacts to things differently. And I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is Why is it okay to, criticize a certain individual, but not okay to criticize Maguire? I just don't get it. And a lot of time it is the English players that get protected. I've got to be honest. I mean, I'm trying to really, I'm trying to talk and obviously not cough at the same time. So I do apologize if I'm taking a lot of breaks, but that's basically the reason. But I just don't understand why the British players get protected so much, like Maguire, but when it's somebody else, like let's just say a Xhaka, for example, that guy gets absolutely killed, and character assassination. I mean, Ryan Giggs said it's not okay for Pogba to listen to the Quran. He should focus on his football. I mean, he's basically questioning his religion, and apparently that's okay. But we can't say Maguire's been absolutely shocking. But they didn't say anything to Giggs. I mean, for me personally, it's just an absolute shit show. Shout out to James in the chat. Appreciate you. I do apologize. I know I'm really ill. Like I said, I wasn't gonna do this stream, but I just thought, I have to. Anyway, shout out to Kojo. Love you too, bro. Love to hear what you think on the Ronaldo starting with Martial. I will get onto that. I'm surprised you know what the team's called, because I definitely don't. I'm sick of these ex-pundits and ex-players. I don't know why I didn't get water, lads. I've had an absolute area. Even forgot about the Keane punch. Yeah, exactly. Like Roy Keane said on live TV that I would have fought with De Gea. I don't remember the exact game, but De Gea made a mistake, and to be fair, it was an absolute howler. Roy Keane said I would have fought with him, and I would have let him back on the bus. How is he allowed to say that on live TV? And apparently that's not classed as bullying. And this is also coming from Carragher, who spat at a little girl, by the way. I mean, you're not, who are you to go down the moral high ground route? Like, you're an absolute scum of the earth, let's be real. I mean, you spat at a little girl, and you're talking about moral high ground about people. Shut up, man. I'm not going to listen to you, bro. It's just an absolute disgrace, to be quite frank. So I can't stand him. These pundits are horrible. Shit, Giggs did say that. Yes, he did. Giggs is an absolute waste, man. Get rid of who, Benji? Let me know. But yeah, let's get into Donny van de Beek. We'll get into Ronaldo obviously very shortly. But yeah, let's cover Donny van de Beek. Obviously, let me know your thoughts regarding Harry Maguire. Where do you guys sit with the whole situation? As I said, the photo thing is completely embarrassing. I don't agree with that at all. At the end of the day, criticizing football, but we don't need to start making fake photos of him smiling. That's just not. It doesn't sit right with me. At the end of the day, it's not right. And you don't deserve that. And he's only a human being at the end of the day. Oh God, me and Jerry yesterday just coughing on stream. Bloody hell. Get rid of Ronaldo. LOL. Okay, fair enough. We'll get to that. Love the way you guys look after each other. I mean, absolutely. I mean, Roy Keane did come out on one of the Sky Sports shows and say, we're trying to give Maguire good press before the game. I mean, he literally admitted that they've been told to do that. I thought Donny would get more time under Ten Hag. I mean, let's get into the Donny chat. Thank you for the question. I've got to be honest, right? I'm extremely surprised with the Donny situation. First thing first, I might have to hold my hands up and say I was wrong, because I was getting onto Ollie a lot. I was saying, Ollie has to be playing Donny van de Beek. Ollie's ruining him, Ollie X, Y, and Z, etc., etc., etc. Ralph Rangnick's come in, he's not really giving Donny a chance. And now we've got Eric Ten Hag, who knows Donny inside out, potentially allowing Donny to leave in January. I mean, context is important, of course. I think we've got to factor in why the reason Donny is potentially allowed or surplus the requirements, so to speak. I do think some of that is due to the fact that he might not be guaranteed minutes at Manchester United. I mean, obviously as a footballer, you want to be playing week in, week out. And Donny van de Beek at Manchester United currently, he probably isn't guaranteed that, and that's probably why Ten Hag is potentially allowing him to go. For me, it's just a bit of a shock, to be honest. I thought Donny was going to set the world alight. I mean, obviously, I didn't expect him to be a world beater or nothing, but I genuinely really like his player profile. Obviously, Ten Hag knows him well, and I thought he would have fit the system. I thought when Ten Hag came in, this is Donny's moment. Donny's going to start to shine. Oh, pardon me, I'm really fighting this cough. But I really thought Donny's going to start to shine, and we haven't really seen that at all under Ten Hag. Donny might be Kagawa 2.0. As United were saying as well, one thing I will say is please slap a like on the video, because that's one thing that we're not doing as much as we're averaging like 6 likes a video, which obviously we can at least get to 10. Obviously, you know, like I said at the start of the video, I'm just trying to build my community back up, because I lost my Twitter account. I always lose my viewership when I lose my Twitters. I lose my Twitters. I don't know why it's so common that I'm bloody having to adjust all the time. But yeah, please do slap a like on the video. It helps a lot. Yeah, regarding Donny Van de Beek, I'm just really disappointed. I'm extremely surprised that he's not getting an opportunity, really. Basically, I don't know if he's injured at the moment. I don't really know what the situation is there. I was really hoping he'd get a lot of minutes in the Europa League and then potentially play himself into contention. For me personally, Bruno Fernandes needs competition, and I thought Donny Van de Beek would be able to provide that for it, but it hasn't been the case. And at the end of the day, you got to just back the manager. I mean, if Ten Hag doesn't want him, just got to take Ten Hag's word for it. I mean, I think one thing I will say is that it's important that we bring in the players, and we bring in, you know, a certain profile of players that the manager wants there. And I think if Ten Hag doesn't want him at the club for whatever reason, then we have to let him go. Benji saying get well soon. Thank you, bro. I've been ill for like 8 days now. Pardon me. Let's get some more comments in. Thursday game would have been ideal for him, absolutely. Just Thursdays in general at the moment, just to get some minutes in the legs, hopefully put a good performance together and build a bit of momentum. We saw with some of the Arsenal boys over the last couple of years, they got into the first team and they broke into the season via the Europa League. We saw that with Rashford as well. And it's a good avenue for these fringe players to obviously get on the pitch, firstly, and secondly, make a case for why they should be starting. And I thought Donny would have had that opportunity. But for whatever reason, it's not materialised. And that is extremely disappointing. But what can we do? What can we do? I mean, for me personally, I still want to. Obviously, we've got until January. We've still got a few games left. I still want to see him given a chance. I still do think there's a player in there. Of course, if the manager doesn't back him, I mean, he went to Everton and he had a couple of decent games for them, but it didn't work out for him at Everton as well. So that was a bit alarming to be. That was probably the biggest alarming factor. The fact that he went to Everton, played quite a few games for him. It worked out in some of them, and some of them he was poor. If you can't do it for Everton, then is he even a standard of Manchester United? I don't know. It seems like 10, I think he is there. But listen, I'm going to get onto the Ronaldo thing because quite clearly I'm struggling to speak here. So I'm going to obviously try and get through this last bit. Wherever Donny play, basically in the number 10, where Bruno Fernandes currently occupies. I think Donny would be fantastic there, but we'll have to wait and see in the next coming weeks if he's even fit and available for selection. If he's not, then he will be gone in January, because the truth of the matter is he needs to be playing week in, week out. I mean, I feel for the guy, you know, he's kind of wasted his career at Man United. But I mean, he has wasted his career at Manchester United. And hopefully whatever happens forward, if it's not at Man United, hopefully he can rectify his career elsewhere and hopefully come back to the Donny that I personally thought we were going to sign. I was actually a massive fan of his at Ajax, and I thought we've signed a quality player, but it hasn't worked out for whatever reason. But anyways, let's go on to the last topic of conversation, because to be honest, my cough is getting worse the more I talk. But yeah, last topic of conversation, which is obviously the title: Cristiano Ronaldo leaving in January. Is it true or is it false? I mean, first things first, I mean, it's no surprise that these papers it's no surprise that this is coming out the day after he looked quite clearly distressed and gutted on the bench. I mean, it's a very easy story to put out there without any truth behind it. I mean, a lot of people are going to believe it because you just join dots up and say, yeah, well, he's quite clearly upset at Man United. He wants to leave. I mean, it makes sense for it to be true, basically. So it's an easy report, so I'm not going to just take the report for what it is, because they may lack credibility. There may be truth in it, but they might just be taking a shot in the dark, hoping that there's truth in it, which is fair enough. But yeah, for me personally, I agree with this comment. Yeah, it's good news. I mean, I think Ronaldo, is obviously a club legend. He's a legend of the game. That goes without saying for me personally. But his race has ran at the top level for me. I mean, he's more than capable of bagging goals in a team in a lesser league, Italian league, Bundesliga, even the French league. He's more than capable of offering something to that team. And I have no doubt in my mind that he can do that. But for me, at Manchester United, we need to go down a different route. It's not about Cristiano Ronaldo, it's about the betterment of the team. And as things currently stand, I think Martial is better suited to playing week in, week out. If he is fit, of course, in the number 9 position. I think at the end of the day, with the Ronaldo situation, it's only going to get worse with him sitting on the bench. And for me, it's a shit position for Ten Hag to be in because it's not his fault. He's inherited a player that doesn't want to be there, who's got unbelievably high profile. And he's also inherited a player that wants to quite clearly leave. And he's given that player his best thing to leave. But Joel Glazer has said otherwise. So for me, this is on Joel Glazer. At the end of the day, I don't know why he blocked the move. Actually, we know why he blocked the move because obviously Ronaldo brings that sort of global brand to Manchester United. Everyone knows who Ronaldo is, of course. And that is the only reason it's still at Manchester United. Not for footballing reasons, but for commercial reasons. I think that is basically Manchester United summed up to a T. And that is a major problem. At the end of the day, if the manager doesn't want him to be here, they should have let him go, potentially replace him, doing what you've got to do. But it's just a shame, isn't it, really? This is the fact that he's going out like this. Obviously, I was so happy when he came back initially. And this isn't really what I envisioned for him. But at the end of the day, no player is bigger than the club. And for me personally, it's the right thing for both parties for Ronaldo to leave in January if someone is to make an offer that we can't refuse. At the end of the day, I wish him well. Hopefully, from now to the end of the season, as coach has asked me there, we can utilize him. I mean, he's still our player. I would play him on Thursday with Martial. I think both players need minutes. And it would make sense for me to play them both together. I think they're more than capable of complementing each other. Obviously Martial's a very high IQ player and he's very good at bringing other people into the game. So I'm hoping his overall game and the way he plays football will complement Ronaldo and hopefully get the best out of him as well. For me, it's just a matter of using him from now to the end of the season when needed. Obviously, Ronaldo's a goal machine. He's going to score wherever he goes. Even for us, he will score goals as he did last season. So we will need him from now up until January. It's just about when Ten Hag uses him and if he uses him the right way. So, yeah, to conclude, regarding the Ronaldo situation, I think it's best for both parties. Do I think he'll go? I don't think he'll go in January, not because he doesn't want to. I don't think anyone will take a punt on him, if I'm being quite honest with you. It'd be interesting to see what happens, but who would sign him in January? That's the question. Apparently, he still wants a Champions League team, which is ridiculous, in my personal opinion. But who's going to sign him? That's the question. I can't see many teams after him in January, to be honest. Someone might take a punt on him, but I can't see anyone at the highest level. But that's not really our problem anymore. The only thing I care about is replacing him and bringing someone in that will offer us something going forward. And hopefully Manchester United as a club can do that in January. I don't really think that's going to happen. I won't hold my breath for that. But yeah, for me personally, regarding the Ronaldo situation, it's extremely simple. It's extremely straightforward. Let the man go. We can use him until that period. But apart from that, there's not really much else to say regarding Ronaldo's situation. I do not think that's a disgrace or it's disgusting that he's on the bench. As I said, the only thing that matters here is playing the players that you think is best suited for Manchester United to win the game, not playing Ronaldo and catering for Ronaldo because of who he is and his profile. That is not Manchester United. No player is bigger than the club, and no way, shape or form should one player dictate who the manager picks just because of who they are as a person or what they've provided for the game. That is not a Manchester United thing. That is on Ronaldo. And for me personally, if he's on the bench, I back Ten Hag. If he's starting, I'll back Ten Hag. So very simple. I didn't even realize my shirt blends into the wall, but obviously I just noticed that now. But listen, I'm going to wrap it there. Mainly because of my voice, as you guys know, and as you can tell by the video, I'm extremely ill. Please drop a like on the video. That's all I ask. Let's at least get to 10. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I will be back in the coming days. Potentially Friday. I'm probably going to rest my voice in the next couple of days, but probably Friday I'll be back. Thank you as always for everyone that's tuned in. I appreciate you guys. Obviously, it's only a few of us, but gonna build a community back up and continue to post content regardless of what the view said. What we'll say, we'll be back in a couple of hours as well for our Pro Club stream, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But apart from that, it's been your boys, man. Catch you guys in the